Zoos across Australia need volunteers to help look after both the animals and the visitors. Today we're at the magnificent Taronga Park Zoo to explore what volunteers do, what training they need and how you can become involved.
I've been here for about 4 years.
All right.
And love it.
Right.
Absolutely. I come from a customer service background, so I've always loved that. Today we just we have Pat-a-Pet, which we've got our little Pat-a-Pet, so we give the little children that don't have rabbits at home the opportunity to feed them, and it just gives them that interaction at an early age.
Brooke, I've been doing this now for about 23, 24 years. One day a week I'm up at Media Relations helping to respond to charities and schools who ring up saying they're having a fundraiser, can we help them in any way? And there's a policy that I follow there. Right. And then 2 days a week I'm up at the Top Information Centre doing meet and greet work. I love it. I love the animals, of course. I've always had an interest in animals, but the people as well, meeting people, just being out and enjoying their company, and the good fun telling people from overseas about our animals.
Okay. Would you encourage others to volunteer here?
Oh yeah, certainly, especially if you enjoy being around people. That's really the main thing.
Excellent. Good. Can you tell us what's involved in the training for the volunteers?
Yep, so when our volunteers start with us at Taronga, they go through an induction where they get to know a lot about the site, the animals, the history of Taronga. They also do some general customer service training, and then it's divisionally specific, so depending on what role they do. Once they're here as well, the training opportunities continue. They are invited to all of our staff updates and information sessions, and they're all shared on the volunteer and staff workplace groups, so there's a lot of opportunity for further learning.
Okay, great, so lifelong learning. And
definitely.
So they become part of the entire team?
Yeah, definitely. Yep, no, there's no separation between the staff and the volunteers. The volunteers are given all of the same benefits as the staff, and they become very much part of the team.
I did a stint in Beijing. I did a 6-month international exchange as a language student, and when I came back I thought, well, you know what, I want to actually use my Mandarin, and I actually would like the idea of being outside. So this was like an ideal opportunity for me.
Okay, hi Rita, thanks for talking to us. How long have you been volunteering here at the zoo?
15 years now.
That's a long time.
It is, yes.
What is your specific role here?
It's animal behaviour, and so you have to monitor their behaviour, you have to know who they are, what they're doing, and then you collate that data, and then the keepers can make changes maybe to their diet, their enrichment, and we do the monitoring for various reasons, like if it's a new enclosure, if it's a new animal, if it's mating behaviour, pre and postnatal monitoring, just all sorts of things.
So depending on the role that our volunteers come in for, the training is specific to that role. So it can vary from being general classroom-based training for our guest experience roles down to very detailed animal-specific knowledge as well for our life science roles.
Right.
Yeah, so most of our roles are a minimum of 1 year, where we like people to come in either 1 day a week or 1 day a fortnight, because there is so much to get to know. Some of the roles are shorter term, so it just depends on the volunteer's background, experience and interest.
Right, good. So I don't suppose they bring in sick too often?
No, we're very lucky. Our volunteers are very committed, so they really provide a great service to us at the zoo here.
Okay, that's great. What are your roles here in the zoo?
Well, this one I'm doing right at this moment is in the kangaroo yard, so we're talking to people about what they're seeing here, at the same time making sure that nobody invades the sanctuary of the animals here.
We go to different areas and interpret the animals, or
Interpret the animals?
interpret what an animal's doing. We do, absolutely.
Excellent. There must be something keeping you here.
Well, it's just such a lovely place to work with people and the ambience, and we love what we're doing.
Lots of our volunteers, especially our retired volunteers, have been here for a long time. We've got volunteers who've been with us for 30, 40 years, so they definitely know each other very well and have a great community.
Excellent. I never realised how big Taronga Zoo is. It's a massive organisation requiring huge numbers of volunteers, and the variety of roles that the volunteers had was interesting. But also, when you ask them why do they come here, would they recommend it to friends, their faces light up and they just love it. This has been the case with lots of the volunteering organisations we've filmed so far. So if you think you've got some sort of relationship to animals and you would like to help look after them, go to your local zoo. I'm sure they can use you.
Mm-hmm.